Hey guys, what's up? Today we're doing a virtual tour here in Myers Hall. My name is Spencer and I have someone with me.
Hey y'all, my name is Jessica and I'm excited to show you Myers.
Yeah, so today we are standing in the lobby of Myers Hall. We are located between the South Lumpkin entrance and also the quad entrance. Myers Hall is one of the halls located in the Myers community, so it is located on the quad. And we're going to move over here to show you some of the study spaces.
Yeah, so here in the lobby we have a lot of study spaces for students. If you notice to the right and to the left, there are a lot of tables. There's a lot of really comfortable chairs for students to kind of have a nice table next to them if they want to have their laptop, if they want to study with binders. You might also notice, if you can tell over in the corner, you'll see the Honors Advisor office over there. Myers Hall is also home to the Honors Magnet program. So if you're an incoming student that is admitted to the Honors program, you actually have priority to live in this hall, though you don't have to if you don't want to. If you don't want to live in Myers, that's totally fine. You can live in another building and you still have access to participate in those honors programs if you're admitted.
Yeah, and so also I would like to note here to my left is the 24-hour desk. 24-hour desk is where you can go to check out temporary keys if you have any questions. If you need to check out any equipment for the foosball table or anything like that, then you can go there. Or if you just need someone to find a resource, then you can also go there as well.
Yeah.
So Jessica, what's this mural over here?
Well, Spencer, I'm so glad you asked. So this is a mural here right in the heart of Myers Lobby, and it is depicting the life and legacy of Charlene Hunter Galt, who was one of the first two African American students to integrate the University of Georgia back in 1961. Fun Myers Hall fact is that Charlene actually lived here whenever she came, starting her first year at UGA, and this building has had a long history of housing, other movers and shakers and change makers at the University of Georgia. So it's a very special place here on Myers Quad, very special place to live. Spencer, where are we going into next?
We are going into one of the community spaces, the main programming room of Myers. If you look to my right, it's important to note that Myers is one of the residence halls that has a piano, so that's a really fun fan favorite here in Myers Hall. And then also, if you look up, you can note our great architecture in this room. And we are, if you look through the windows, we are actually on the quad entrance. So the quad is where the SEC Nation game days have been held and college game days have been held and things like that. So, the quad is always rustling and bustling around football season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is also a great space. It has a lot of different functions. Not only will students study in this space, but it's also where a lot of student organizations will house programs. They might have meetings here. And so anytime you're walking in and out or the lobby, there's usually something going on. But not only in these big spaces, there are also some rooms for smaller sort of alcove spaces that serve a different need.
Yeah, so these spaces are used for community. Like I said before, you can go to the front desk and check out a foosball ball if you want to play foosball with some friends. Also, as Jessica's opening up the entertainment center, it reveals a TV, so a lot of students come down here to watch TV while they're studying or just hang out with some friends, play a board game, things like that. Also, if in the corner back there is actually a conference room. There are conference rooms located all on this first floor that you can reserve for group projects or if you need to practice that presentation for that class. So those are also a great resource here as well.
And if you're ever interested in reserving one of those rooms, it's really easy. There's a community office located behind a 24-hour desk, and that's where you can reserve those spaces for yourself.
Yeah, so now we're going to make our way to half of the mailboxes here in Myers Hall. So half of them are on the left, to my left, and then half of them are to my right. So we're going to come over here to my right. Another important thing to note is right here behind me, we have the WEPA printing station. UGA actually has a station so you can download an app on your phone and then print things from the cloud versus having to bring your own printer to campus. So Jessica, tell us a little bit about these mailboxes.
Yeah, so like Spencer said, there are two different sort of areas for mailboxes, and they all are mailboxes for the entire Myers community. So Myers, Rutherford, Mary Linden, and Sewell residents will all come here to check their mail. Each individual resident gets their own mailbox. They get their own mail key. You can check this mailbox at any time, any part of the day, and whenever mail arrives here in Myers, the packages or the parcels that are small enough to fit in that mailbox will immediately go into the mailbox. You won't get any type of notification for those kinds of mail. If you have a package that's a little bit bigger than this mailbox, the way that the system works is the mail staff are going to take that package, they're going to log it into the system, you'll get an email notification letting you know when it's ready to pick up, and then we'll go behind to where the mailroom is and you sign it up. So it keeps it nice and secure and efficient.
Exactly. And you'll get your mailing key when you move in. Walking past the 24-hour desk once more. You can also check out basketballs here if you want to play some hoops at the basketball court.
The basketball court is located in between Myers Hall and Mary Linden. It's a really popular spot, really great way to get in some exercise or just de-stress between classes.
And here is the mailroom. The mailroom is where people go to get those large parcels like we were talking about. And if you live anywhere in the Myers community, you will come to Myers to receive your mail. Also, we just passed some vending machines, so that's really a great place if you want to get a late night snack without having to leave the dorm hall.
So, something to note about
Now we
Myers-
have the security system. So,
Okay,
an
right.
important thing to note about the security system is that you have to swipe your UGA ID, put in your PIN, and then you're able to access the residence hall wing,
Yes.
where all of our residents live.
There are two access codes,
Yeah.
or two areas where you can enter the building, the north wing or the south wing. So on either side, residents will swipe their ID and
Yes.
be able to gain access.
And that's just another security measure that housing takes to make sure that our residents are safe.
Nice and secure. All right, here we go.
Yeah, so here is our double with community bath style. It's important to know that the architecture of each room will differ from room to room, but this is the general look. We have two 17-position adjustable beds along with twin XL mattresses. Then each resident receives a dresser, a desk, and a chair, and a trash can. And we have these great big windows that bring in all this natural light and really make the space seem even bigger. Out there is the South Lumpkin side of Myers. We also have these closets here to my left. The closets come with their own curtains, but a lot of residents choose to bring their curtains to personalize the space a little bit. They are on J hooks, so pretty easy to change them out if you want to do that. Also, we have the temperature thermostat control. You and your roommate can decide on what you want your temperature to be in the room. And so if you want it to be a tropical forest, you can do that. But if you want it to be an Arctic plunge, then you can also do that. So.
Yeah, so Spencer brought up a really good point about the different floor plans of each individual room. There are two resources that you can use to look up the floor plan of your individual room. One being the room search tool that's on our website, housing.uga.edu. The other one is on the doghouse. If you log into the doghouse, you can actually look up PDFs of all of the halls, all the floors. You can kind of get an idea of where your room is located next to community spaces like these and bathrooms and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah, so right here we have a community space, and we're going to make our way into the kitchen. So the kitchen's where a lot of RAs will host programs, things like cookie events, and tea time is a popular one. And so a lot of RAs enjoy that. Also, students use it to hang out with their roommates and cook that pasta at 12 a.m. Whatever they are feeling. Another thing to note is that our kitchens do not come with utensils. So you need to bring your own cookie sheet, bring your own spatula and things like that, because those will not be provided.
Yeah, another cool feature that we typically have in the residence halls when they're open is we have compost bins in all the kitchens. And so that's a really great resource if you are cooking something and you want to make sure to divert your food scraps from the landfill into compost. Those green bins are typically located right next to the sink in all the kitchens, and it's a good way for students to positively impact the planet.
Yeah, and there's little graphics there as well to tell you what is compostable and what is not.
So before we go up to one of the laundry rooms, we're actually going to stop by and see one of the community bathrooms. Meaning a community bathroom is just a bathroom that has multiple showers and sinks. They're located in one central area.
And as we said before, double with community bath is the most predominant style here in Myers. So here are our toilets and the sinks, some more sinks, and then if we round the corner, we have the showers. This community bathroom is actually ADA approved, and we also have, and here is the shower. So a really great place you have a little shelf there to put your stuff down and a little hook to hang up your towel, and also some windows to bring in some light again.
Yeah, most students will bring their own shower caddy, which has all of the shampoos and conditioners and body washes that they want, and they'll just carry that with them to the community bathroom.
Or face wash.
Or face wash.
Yeah.
Very true.
So now we're going to travel up the staircase. As we said before, Myers does have some elevators, but for time constraints of this video, we're going to just travel upstairs. And Myers is located in the Myers community, so that means it is included with Sewell Hall, Rutherford Hall, Mary Linton, and
Myers itself.
yes, Myers itself. So here we are on the second floor.
So we're actually located in the same section of the building, but instead of a kitchen now, we're right on next to a laundry room. So the kitchens and the laundry rooms actually alternate by floor and by wing.
Yes. So here's the laundry room. We have 2 folding tables, a laundry room sink for your hand washing, and the washers and dryers themselves. It's important to note that the washers and dryers are not operated on like a coin system or anything like that. So they're free by the push of a button, but we do recommend, we do not provide the detergents or anything. So you do need to bring your own.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now we're still on the second floor. We're going to take a little bit of a walk down this hallway. You'll notice there's another water fountain on the floor. It's a little bit of a walk, so we're going to tell you a little bit about the community spaces. So in Myers, as we showed you in the lobby, there's a lot of really great study spaces, but there's also a lot of really great study spaces throughout the building too once you get past the access doors. So a lot of students, well, you know, they like to study in their room, but some people really don't like studying in their room. They prefer to get out and kind of have a nice fresh bit of air. So here in Myers, the second floor landing is what we're walking towards, and it has a lot of really great natural light, more spaces for students to congregate, and you know, if it's not studying, maybe they want to play cards or they want to catch up from their weekend. There are also enclosed study rooms. There are 4 total in the building, and they're kind of
Scattered out.
Yeah, scattered out, sporadically scattered out.
But you can check out our floor plans to see where those are.
Yeah.
So here we are on the second floor landing. If you look down, you can actually see the first floor. And so that's what's a really cool feature about this is if someone's playing the piano in the programming room, you can hear it up here, and it just sets a nice vibe when you're trying to get that paper written or trying to study for that midterm exam. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to move to show you one of the enclosed study rooms because we also, like Jessica said, we have 4 of those in this building.
Yeah, so not only do you have the lobby, the public lobby, you have conference rooms in this hall, but you also have these enclosed study rooms, which are another option if students want to be able to study outside of their room.
Yeah, and each study room is provided with a whiteboard, so then if you need to write out your chemistry problems or anything like that, and it's just a really great place to come play card games or board games if you want to do that as well.
Mm-hmm. So what the heck is this, Spencer? What are we?
It is.
Giant structure.
It seems to be a couch that is in the process of being moved and donated to one of the charities here in Athens. What's really cool thing that housing did this summer with all the COVID-19 stuff is that they gave residents the option to leave their futons, their unwanted furniture, and they donated them to the Humane Society and other charities around Athens to provide.
Yeah, so it was a way to make sure that residents were in and out of the building as quickly as possible and also as safely as possible, so as to sort of adhere to CDC guidelines and social distancing. But it's also a great way to partner with local nonprofits and make sure that we're really partnering with the Athens-Clarke County community in addition to the UGA community.
Yeah, and just to give back.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we're on the south wing of Myers. So if you think about Myers, it's kind of like this really elongated U shape, and now we're sort of on the other side of the U.
Yeah, and if you look to my right while I'm walking by, we have another key code pin again, and we're going to come out back to the lobby.
Yeah, over here on the right is another conference room that you can reserve. We'll probably just walk right by it, but just know that's another great community space. And here we are again, right where we started. Right in Myers lobby. Spencer, if people are interested in learning more about Myers Hall, where can they go online to get more information?
Yes, they can go to they can go to our website at housing.uga.edu, click on the housing tab, scroll down to Myers, click Myers, and then you'll be able to see 360 photos and other floor plans and things like that that are available here in Myers.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and go Dogs!
Yes, bye.